Hey, this is Jake with Avi-on. Today we're going to talk about the demo cases. We're going to cover a few topics. First is the purpose of a demo case. The next is the unboxing of it. Let's show you what's in this thing. And then we're going to program it and show you how to demo it. So first, the purpose of the demo case. Now, demo cases are nice to show things. It's not necessarily the most important sales tool, but it's really nice to show people this as an adder, like if they have questions. Not a lot of people get into controls and they're so comfortable like, oh, I got it. I can go ahead and program these controls for the entire building. That's where the demo case, that's the type of things the demo case will dispel as you show them show them what it is. Okay, now for the demo case itself. A small little black box, great, fits in a backpack. Inside of it are a little demo case with a wall station. You've got the remote access bridge. I'm going to walk through the products that also are in here. But this right here has 3 lighting loads with 3 of the LVFAs with 3 little lights to them and one of the direct connect PIR sensors. I'm just going to take this out. I'm going to show you what's inside. We'll set this aside for now. What's inside are some things where when you're doing a little demo you can hand out things and let people touch them. The first we're going to pull out are what are called the load controls. So this is the circuit-based controller right here. This is the XPP. The next one is the IFA. And the next one, and the smallest, most cost-effective is the LVFA. This is for circuit-based for rooms. Good solid 16 amp power pack. This is a good 5 amp relay built inside of this. This is for the non-dim to off drivers. And then you have the dim to off drivers for this LVFA. So that's in there, so you can hand those out to the people. And then there's the 2 sensors. This right here is the direct connect microwave sensor. Very small, comes with a little clip on the back so that you can clip it to the ceiling tile grid. It connects to any of these devices with a sensor port using this little 1 meter cable. Now that's the direct connect microwave. You got a status light and a daylight light on there. Now you have the direct connect PIR. It comes with a little nut so you can fasten it to your fixtures or to your ceiling tile right there, depending on which direction you spin the nut on. And this also has a ambient light sensor in it as well. So these are the 2 sensors that come in this demo kit. These are our most popular products right here. The other things that come in the demo kit is the remote access bridge. Look this up online as more detail as far as how to get remote access to the job site itself. And then we have our most popular battery powered. Let's go ahead and take the batteries out of that while we're doing that, because we're going to be adding this later. The battery powered dimming wall station with the percentage buttons on there. So these are things that you can have in the system to show off and hand around when you're talking about, hey, this is how you control the lights. This is the sensors that go on the lights. And then, our most popular wall station. Let's jump straight into programming this. I'm going to go ahead and put these pieces back in the box here, because we do not need them anymore. Since we have them part of this, we will keep the wall station out. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Now the first thing we want to do to program this is we need to create an account. Every account is linked to an email address. Now to create the account, go to the website avion.com, and then you're going to go to the mobile app series videos, and you're going to go to how to create an account. And there's multiple videos here, how to log in, how to navigate the app, how to add devices. But the main thing you need to do is how to create an account. I'm not going to show you how to do that here. We're going to jump straight into the how to program this. So I'm going to go ahead and launch the commissioning app, and I've already logged into this account, and it ends up being right here at this page, where to start. Now these devices, they're straight out of the box. The way you can tell they're straight out of the box and they're not connected to a system is this blue LED flashes twice and then pauses. And so you can see right here they're not added or what we call it, either added or claimed to an account. So I've already logged into this account here. I'm going to go ahead and add these devices, and they're going to come in, and they're just going to come in with their product name. I'm going to go ahead and add it, and add one of add it, and then I'm going to name it. So once I add it, I can go ahead and blink it so I can see which one it is. I'm just going to name this light 1, 2, and 3. You know, straightforward and simple from there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring these in the system and then name them. Now that these have been added to the system, you can see on the app here we've got 3 lights. They're all turned on and off. And you know, we can either turn them on by selecting this icon to show them, hey, we can have individual control of these lights. You can see right here where one of them says sensor configuration required on the app. So that's great. We'll get into the sensor here in just a moment. But what we want to do is we want these 3 lights to act as one group of lights for one room. So we need to create a group. So inside the app, I go to groups, set up a group. I'm just going to call these, you know, all lights. Oh, if I can spell. And right here on this page, all I have to do is just take it from the bottom and drag it to the top. There's light 1, light 2, and light 3. Now if I wanted to see which light they are, I can hit this little power icon, and I can go ahead and turn them on and off from this interface, which is nice. I hit next. It goes ahead and tells each device, hey, you're now part of this group called all lights. Now if I hit the on, all 3 of them come on together. They act as one group of lights. Now that the group of lights is created, what do we do with it? Well, we want to tell this wall station to control this group of lights. Now we haven't added this wall station yet, so we need to go back out of groups, go to devices, use the little plus icon, and this is a battery powered wall station, so we hit battery, we wake the unit up, it shows up in that list. Now we're going to go ahead and add it to this list. Now since it's only one wall station, we don't necessarily have to name it. We can keep it the default name it comes in as, or you can name it if you wish. Now that it's in there, to name it, you just hit the little pencil icon. But to program it, you can either program with one light per one button. That gets a little confusing, especially for a demo. Since this is the dimming wall station, has the percentage buttons, go ahead and select preset mode. You can see here it changed the preset mode to the similar to the buttons here. Now you can go ahead and change this preset mode. So if you don't want 100 to be 100, you can go ahead and change the level here. But we're not going to bother with that at this time. We do need a preset association. So we need to tell this wall station what it's going to control. So tap to configure. We can tell it to control an individual light, which we don't want to do that. We want it to control the group called all lights. We highlight that, we hit the back button, we hit save. Now since this is a battery powered wall station, we need to wake it up. It's not always awake. So there's 4 different steps. Programs a button at a time. Press it once, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, and 4 of 4. Now the wall station is programmed. Now if you want to see this work, I can hit 25%, I can hit 50%, 75 or 100%, or just turn the thing off. So one of the powerful things about when you're doing a demo like this is a really good point, a really good time to share with them that there was no other hardware needed, that there's no other gateway or hub or wireless network. You don't have to jump on the Wi-Fi to do this, nothing like that. All it is this device here is talking to these devices. These devices work independent of each other, and they have the intelligence built into them to know what they're supposed to do when they hear this radio signal. Turn on, turn off. So that's a good time to mention that. Now now that we've done that, we've programmed it, that's a good thing to show, but we want to also program this motion sensor. Now the motion sensor has a lot of settings. It's a very powerful motion sensor. It can be used for either high bay, low bay, office applications. Now we're going to do this a little bit different for the demo. We wouldn't do this in real life this way, but for the demo, I found that it works really well. You can adjust it as you wish. Light number 1, you can see sensor configuration required. If I select that, you can see the connected sensor that it says tap to configure. All right, let's go ahead and tap to configure this sensor. Now the sensor itself is attached with this ribbon cable to this first LVFA. So light number 1, light number 2, light number 3. So this is connected here, just behind the scenes, behind the board there. So we want to tell this sensor what it's connected to, or what we're going to program it for, what it's controlling. So right here, controlling, tap to associate, groups, all lights, you hit the back button, and then what do we want it to do? Now there's different modes, sensor schedules, daylight, stuff like that. We're not going to do any of that for the demo. We'll just keep it normal occupancy sensing, but we do want to change the dim level. Maybe we don't want this dim level to these things to be beaming at 100%. They're bright little LEDs, so let's change that down to 50. But what it does is it goes to this, when it senses motion, goes to the first dim level, delays, goes to the second dim level, and then delays and turns off. Well, we don't want a 15-minute demo here. We want a 15-second demo. So I'm just going to change this to 1. Change this down to 15 seconds. And then we want it to go to 25? No, let's have it go down to 10, the little step dimming down to 10. And let's take this to another 10 seconds, if you will. Right here, so when it senses motion, goes to 50, waits 15 seconds, goes to 10%, waits for 10 seconds and turns off. Now, that would be fine, that would work. Now this motion sensor is sensitive, and so for the demo purposes, let me show you this motion sensitivity area. We don't want it for high bay, low bay, or office. We don't want any of those preset modes. We literally want this thing all the way down to 10%, 10 or 15%, sensitivity. We'll stick it there at 11. The reason why is we don't want this thing to trip while we're moving out here or moving out here. We want it to trip while we're right above it. Okay? Because we don't want it to just keep going on and off. We want it to be purposely tripped when you get next to the demo. Now that we have done that, you simply hit save. Now with the lights being off, the next motion that's triggered will turn the lights on. And there we go, that's lights at 50%. Now we just hit dismiss, and now we have fully programmed the demo case to the point where we can show the motion, right? If I stop moving, that thing will turn off or dim down. We can show the motion, we can show the wall station, and works out for a very good demo. The next part of the demo is how do you show off some of the simplicity and ease? Right now it's programmed. How do you show off the simplicity and ease? Some of our sales guys do this with their demo cases. One of them in particular, he removes the wall station from the system and adds the wall station back live with the people there so he can show them how easy it is to program and configure the wall station. Another demo he does is you come back to groups, and he likes to come into groups, to group members, and he pulls one of the group's members out, hits save, and now he's just controlling 2 of the lights. 2 of the lights are turning off, 2 of them are turning on. Now he's just controlling 2 of the lights. He just wants to show how easy it is to add another light to that group. We add it back in, hit save. Now all the lights are being controlled in that group. And that's one way of demoing it. Those are 2 suggestions to demo it. Obviously you're going to find your own way, and whatever way is great. So in this video, we've talked about the purpose of the demo case, shown you how to program it, and a couple of suggestions on how to demo it. And that's how easy it is to program and set up the demo case for your purposes.